Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
What's up, bros and hoes, or whatever floats your goat? It's your boy Relentless, and today I'll be sharing with you my 1.3 Alpha Bridge build. I had this video on my channel already, but like a dumbass that I am, I accidentally deleted it. So I'm gonna go over it for you one more time, and I hope you enjoy. And if you do like this kind of content, and want to see more build videos or my interpretation of why I play the way that I do, please leave them in the comments below. Also, there'll be 1.4 coming out, sometime this month, apparently. So if you'd like to see theory crafting on that, please leave also your suggestions of what kind of content you'd like to see, or if you'd like to see another game, please leave that in the comments below. So let's get into it. So let me describe my type of gameplay. I'm a DPS build. I'm a DPS player. I usually run with a 4-man squad. We have a healer in the group, a pure support build. I run Alpha Bridge. I choose to run Alpha Bridge because it's too easy just to run Sentry, and even though that's the current meta, I personally don't find it any fun. So let's get into the stats. As you can see, as it stands, a little over 282, almost 283 DPS. But keep in mind, DPS is a false number. 402, almost 403 toughness, and yes, my skill power is really low. Just for that simple fact is that we have a healer in the squad, and my role is DPS. So in my Alpha Bridge build, my talents consist of Deadly, Responsive, Hurried, Brutal, and Unforgiving and Fierce. The base damage of my PP19, as you can see, is a little over 14.8k. Now, going to my base stats, I'm at 33.5% crit chance, 215% crit damage, and 97% headshot damage. Okay, now let's go over the gear. I'm running a Reckless chest piece. I prefer some EDR over damage to elites, but unfortunately I haven't found a better Reckless chest piece, and this one already came with armor, but it had electronics rolled onto it instead. Ammo capacity, support station. I missed the armor cap by like 20, and I tried re-rolling armor on every other piece, but I still could not reach that 20 points of armor to hit cap. But with this mod, and since I'm DPS, I got 162 firearms and 134 armor, so I'm well above the cap. Also, as you can see, I got 160 and stamina with 1.5% crit chance. On my mask, I usually run this one, 5% crit hit chance. Instead of support station healing, I'd rather have maybe pulse critical hit chance increase or something along that lines. And since there's an increasing of like sticky bombs like it used to be in 1.1 and 1.2, this build currently, the way it's set up, I do not have any EDR. But if need be and I encounter that, then I switch to this mask, which lowers just slightly my base damage, but it has 13.5% exact damage resilience. So, moving on. If you're a DPS player, in my opinion, I would go with crit chance and then have a backup such as like I have on this one with EDR. If you're more like the solo variety, or you don't have a squad that you're well coordinated with, then I'd recommend skill power on your mask instead of crit chance or EDR. Okay, on my knee pads, I have several different options. I could add more stamina with this one. which is 721 stamina, crit damage, smart cover damage resilience, which is, I don't have the skill power, as you can see, to run smart cover, so it's irrelevant. But it has shock resistance, enemy armor damage, and disorient resistance. So if you add up quite a few things, then I mean, I do have enemy armor damage on gear pieces that make it viable for PvE as well, and not just for PvP. And that's without having destructive on my weapon because I am an SMG player. But moving on to the current pads I have, it's 758 firearms, which is 1 point off from being dead perfect. Crit hit chance, or damage, I mean. Bleed resistance, shock resistance, burn resistance, and ballistic shield health doesn't, really matter. In my mod slot, I have plus 160 stamina and crit hit chance. All right, moving on to the backpack. On this particular backpack, like I said, I'm the DPS. So I have stamina, crit hit damage, bleed resistance, pulse critical hit chance, and first aid self heal. And that 10% first aid self heal comes in handy when you have low skill power. And as we all know, the way the current thing is, you get the 2 extra med kits for having Alpha Bridge, but then if you throw in the paramedic backpack, you have 9. So with what little bit of heal that I have, plus my med kits, um, I'm always confident in knowing I can stay up, and I always got, the healer of the squad. If I need to run into his heal, he promptly shoots it down, when he's buying a smart cover or whatnot, and pretty much basically fulfills his role as a support player. But let's say, for instance, I'm with somebody new, or I'm running by myself. As always, like I mentioned before, I have a backup, which is 754 in stamina with almost 6,500 skill power. So if need be, if I'm only in like a 2-man group, I will switch to this backpack. But also in this mod slot, as you can tell, stamina, crit hit chance. Gloves, I do have a pair of Savage gloves, but as you can see, it's roll crit hit damage, assault rifle damage, and crit hit chance. If it had SMG damage on there, then that would be my go-to pair of gloves, but it does not. So instead, I went with these Final Measure gloves. 741 in firearms, crit hit damage, SMG damage, and crit chance. The holster, so far this is the best holster that I've been able to come across on Alpha Bridge. It already came with the armor, and it's only missing probably like 10 to hit armor cap on the roll of armor on the holster. But it had low firearms, and as you can tell, it's above 700 on both stamina and electronics. So I opted to re-roll the firearms, so that way I have plus 700 stats across the board. But pretty much that's it. That's my Alpha Bridge build. If you watch some of my other videos, such as our Rogue Shenanigans or gameplay, as far as any kind of PvP issue we do, I mean, you can check on my other videos and see the damage that I inflict and I deal out, and how my team and I work together and how we coexist, as far as one being the healer and support role, while we have DPS guys, and everything has to have its own function and purpose, and you always have to adapt when it comes to PvP scenarios, because whatever squad or person you come against, if you're not prepared for the type of builds that they're running or the skills that they're using, then if things go wrong, then you're going to have to make adjustments on the fly when you respawn after you die, or whatever the case may be. So always keep that in mind. Adapt to your situation. But as always, this is your boy Relentless, and I do have one little clip that I will tell you about that I'll put on at the end of this. It's only, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds long. there was this pesky Century shotgunner, and he seemed to always be just lurking around the corner. And when supply drops came in or whatnot, and while you were facing them, just like most cowards do, they'll come up behind you and one shot you with a shotgun. Okay, well, he done that to me twice, so I adapted and I prepared for him, and you will see what ensued thereafter. So I hope you enjoy, and if you enjoy this type video and if you enjoyed this content, please hit that like and subscribe button, and all support is appreciated. Thank you so much, and this is your boy Relentless signing off, and as per usual, we stand and rise. And check out Upper Echelon Gaming on Facebook. Their link is in the description below. Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah.